All right, we are back here for race number 3 of the Canadian National Series at Blue Mountain. My name is Tyler Mosession here with Miles Keller. Miles, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm excited to see how this last race turns out. The Pan American Championships are already over. Most of the other national series are already over. This is kind of the last one in the national series in the Americas. So I can't quite. I heard some really great talent shows up. So I can't wait to see what happens. I know Beatrice kind of has it locked up on the women's side, but some really great talent showed up here. There's been a lot of great races at this venue in Blue Mountain. It's where the old OCR World Championships used to be. So we got a lot. And I was talking with our producer beforehand, and it rained the day before. So everything's slippery and wet, as is most OCR events at Blue Mountain when OCR comes around. So how you doing, man?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely talk about the weather. Yeah, I'm doing good. Happy to be back. Sorry I missed or Mammoth, I should say. That looked like a great race and a lot of fun. So glad to be watching another mountain here. Kind of like Utah for the U.S. Series. We had a mountain to wrap things up, and Canada gets the same treatment. So yeah, this has been a great venue. I've raced here before for the OCR World Championships. We've had the Beast race in 2019 when a lot of big dogs showed up for the big national series pre-COVID. That was a big race. So hoping for another one here today.
Yep, let's jump into it. I can't wait to get this started. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, so yep, we're gonna talk about some prize money as well because we do have some prize money for the overall series. So just like US, for on each men and women's side, first place 2,500, second place 1,500, third place 1,000. So grand total payout of $20,000. So definitely a lot of money Spartan is putting up here, and like I said, hopefully it finds its way to the athletes' hands.
Good. That's excellent. It's going to keep on influencing talent that keep coming into the sport and showing up.
Right.
We want to attract
Yeah.
the new studs and the fastest, and the strongest of the strong, and that's just another great incentive to keep bringing them into the sport.
Yeah, we need it. If you've been following along today on Instagram, you probably have seen that the 2026 series has been somewhat announced. So I'm sure we might get into that towards the end of the show a little bit. So like I said, hopefully we keep bringing this prize money forward so the best talent comes on the elite field, so we can be watching and commentating and rabbiting great races.
It,
Speaking of great races, we're going to talk about the results so far from Red Deer and Ontario, the Calboogie races, Miles likes to call it. Miles, you want to talk about what we got so far for the Elite Series leaderboard?
yeah, the new young elite male, Ethan Paupst. We've seen him in a bunch of races this year. He's had a bunch of great show ups and wins. He is definitely the one to watch as an up and comer. He is a fantastic athlete. And then we have some of the other more experienced guys we've seen, like Brendan Neely and Tyler Jordan there. Mike McDonald. I think Mike McDonald's been around for a while. And then we'll have William Leeroy and Adam Beach. We've seen Adam Beach show up at a bunch of different races and throw it up. He's had another great year. And then we have some other locals there. What's Tyler's nickname? We always call him.
Yeah, Tyler the Crusher.
Tyler the
Yep.
Crusher. Yeah, he's a great
Yep.
guy. He's been doing this for a long time. He shows up to this race. He's a fantastic. He's not new to this. He's true to this. And then Alfred Young and Patrick O'Neill. So there's some really strong OCR athletes there in Canada, and they all showed up for this race. The only ones
We'll notice is a little kind of like all series races that have been 3 races. We'll notice a little bit of a skew in the leaderboard because some of these folks have done 2 races, such as Tyler and Mike. Brendan won the Calaboogie race, the only race he did. Adam was a one race so far. Tyler Crusher 1 race. So we'll see this even out a little more once the third race is complete. Talk about the women next. Yeah, so Miles, as you alluded to earlier, Beatrice has it locked up, right? Because the top 2 races count out of 3. So Beatrice's 2 first place finishes simply can't be outdone no matter what. She didn't even have to show up to this race. But really, it's going to be that battle for the podium, right, between Elise Huet, Nicole Bowman, Sylvia Gackle-Smith. The other folks too, just trying to make their way up into the rankings, and of course, continuing to train up for next year with another exciting 3-race series coming to Canada in 2026.
Yeah, and I think Carolyn Johnson's going to be one to watch during this race. And then, one of my favorites is Morgan McKay. She's been around the OCR world for a long time. She's a great tough mudder athlete and the world's toughest mudder athlete. She has many accolades of her own. I would have, what I would have loved to seen show up for a Canadian National Series is, and I believe Ryan and Lindsay Atkins, they just had another baby, so you won't see Lindsay anytime soon. But I'm telling you, one of these years, they're going to both show up back to that starting line, and it's going to mix everything back up again, and it's going to make everyone nervous. I would have also
Yeah.
loved to see Mikhail Girillo. I would have loved to seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we
Austin
saw him
Azar.
last year, but he got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, did he? I forgot he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt during he raced the first. I think it might have been in training. I don't know if it was actually during the race or not that time, but I know he won the first race last year and then got hurt. So, yeah, like I said, hopefully, like we've been talking about this prize money, Spartan on their end keeps producing. The prize money keeps holding up their end of the bargain, and the athletes will flock to the prize money, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the map, and if you've been with us for a while now, you'll know that the sprints are pretty standard as far as the obstacles are concerned. So we're not going to go too deep into each and every obstacle and what that means, but kind of first of all, I want to talk about the elevation a little bit. You'll notice here we've got, you're looking at the red sprint map, and you've got a pretty big climb to start, and then you've got, it kind of evens out, goes down, and then flat. So you'll see that come up here. A bunch of obstacles here. The water stations, of course, are labeled for the beasts. That's why water station 3 is so early. What do we got here that's real significant?
One
Looks like a
second,
pretty
Tyler.
long sandbag.
Tyler, have we ever heard it called the scrim net?
The scrim net. Oh.
Okay, our producer
Okay.
is letting us
We're
know.
getting word from our
It's a
producer.
new
I
one.
think it might be like Miles. Have you done Tough Mudder, like Devil's Beard,
Yeah.
kind of that
Yeah.
sort of material? Yeah. Yep. So I know they have all kinds of names for it at Tough Mudder there, but that might be a new interesting obstacle there. But look at that sandbag carry, Miles. Looks pretty long considering the scale of the map.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. Okay, our producer's saying it's not as bad as we think it is, but
Yeah.
that's also hard to believe for Spartan race. And
But
I
also,
don't
if
remember a bucket carry that's not hard. So
that's why I don't look at the map when I race generally, because if you're looking at this map, you might be thinking, hey, I'm going to pace myself a little bit because this sandbag carry looks long to me, right? If you haven't raced the
yeah,
other two, the day before, you might be thinking this could be a little bit lengthy. So, definitely interesting to see the tactics go into this as we approach that obstacle. We've got the cliff climb again. We had that in Calabugie. I believe this is going to be that same kind of netting that's going to be on the scrim net, but you kind of go over it, and it's kind of tethered to a steep incline. We've got hurdles, which we haven't really seen too much of, but generally not too much of a challenge.
okay. All right, now we're
Yeah.
going in. We got the 6 foot wall coming in here into the village, and then the Hercules hoist. So these are going to be some of the common ones we see and we're used to. That are staples of Spartan race. So after the 6 foot wall, you got the Hercules hoist, the A-frame cargo net, the rope climb, stairway to Sparta. Hopefully, it doesn't get anyone this time. The 7 foot wall, and then the bucket carry. Now, I wonder how long this bucket carry is going to be. It doesn't look terrible again. Once again, when you look at these maps, you can't quite tell the elevation, right? Normally in Spartan, if you have a heavy carry, sandbag, a bucket, it's on some sort of hill. They're going to take you up and down a hill. But you can't quite tell that on this map, right?
Right. No, absolutely. And I found, I think we talked about this before, but I found they usually like it to not be on a hill, especially for the open waves, because if they drop the bucket, then it's going to roll down and create a pretty big hazard for folks. So I've noticed a lot lately that particularly buckets have been a little more on the flatter side if possible.
Oh, we're
But yeah,
gonna.
no, then here we get into the festival area here with the Z wall, slip wall, multi rig, spear throw at the end, and then we've got something new here: the Road X tire drag. So if you've been racing Spartans long enough, you'll know that you used to have to flip a huge I think it was Yakumana. Is that what it's called? Something like that.
Yokohama. Yokohama.
Yokohama, yeah.
You call it
That
Yamaka?
huge tire that for the men in particular, that's one obstacle that was unique for the men where we were seeing a lot of burpees when it was burpee, when you had to burpee out of that obstacle,
Oh yeah.
seeing a lot of men unable to flip that tire. Here, I saw a video. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as daunting as it was before, but excited to see they got a new tire sponsor. Maybe we'll see some heavier stuff in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not surprised to see more crossover from Tough Mudder. You think they would bring some of those obstacles from Tough Mudder over into the in the Spartan and vice versa. Same
Mm-hmm.
company. People like to see things switched up. I like this idea of a tire drag. That's pretty cool. I wonder if they were talking to Yancey Culp. That's one of Yancey Culp's favorite workouts. He loves him a tire drag. So maybe they were having a meeting and DecaFit showed up. I'll have to ask Yancey about that. But that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like
now
that idea to see the bearded dragon, not bearded dragon, whatever
Devil's
we're calling
Beard,
the new heaven. Yeah, devil's beard. And even then, they called it something else. You mean I've already forgot the name?
Scrim Crawl, yeah, whatever we call it.
Yeah,
So we'll
scrim
make up some more
scram.
names as we get there. But I think we're ready to jump in this race. So turn on your headlamps because it looks like it's dark miles.
Yeah, yeah, it does. This must have started early. It's starting to get darker earlier, of course, as we move into
Yeah, yeah,
wintertime.
it is. It is pretty much pitch black. We're not seeing any headlamps, which I'm not surprised by because that would just kind of weigh you down if you were if you're running fast. But here we got our race conditions. So 64 degrees Fahrenheit at the start of this race. Pretty much perfect conditions before the sun comes up, maybe a little chilly. But you'll notice most of our men, especially in the front here, have no shirt on, so must have been decently warm.
Yeah. Well, you're not OCRing if you're a dude and you have your shirt on at the start line of a OCR race, man. You gotta have the shirt off. That's what we do.
Yeah, we'll start to ID some of the folks here. I believe in the like black and red shorts here, that's going to be William Leeroy. Over here, I think in the green here, you've got Tyler Jordan on the far left side of your screen. We do actually have one headlamp sighting. No Tyler Jordan. Somebody
Yeah, all right,
else.
Tyler
Let's
Jordan's not
see.
showing up. Okay.
Yep, here comes Brendan Neely sneaking up with a nice mustache as always.
Just make sure you guys are in the right heat as we take off.
Yeah, but I know it's got to be a little chilly standing still right there. This is an absolutely beautiful venue. Both of us have raced this before, and it's a ski resort, so expect it to be just up and down a mountain, which we've seen
Yeah,
on quite a few of the races recently.
one of the coolest parts that OCR Worlds does is usually take you through some sort of village where there's a lot of spectators, a lot of restaurants, even just random people eating at the restaurant, like when it's going on.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's something I think we're going to see in this race too, is that village area. Um, we've also got I forget his last name, but Sean, I think it's Thibodeau, I believe is his last name. He's the man with the black kind of long sleeve, the long gray hair. I know he had a lot of struggles on obstacles, but he's super quick. So hopefully he was able to clean that up between Calabugie and here. But I'm looking forward to it.
If you guys take any trash out on course, please bring
and
it
I
back
don't
as
see
soon as you
Ethan.
can, before
Maybe I'm
the
just
start
going
of the
blind, but I don't
With
see
that,
Ethan
you
there.
guys have a great race. Good luck and get after it.
I think Miles. I think Ethan's got the headlamp on actually.
Is that him? Yeah, he looks a little different there.
It
By
looks
the
like
way, I
he's
also
beefed up
like
a
to
little
hear.
bit. Maybe he's going to the gym a little more.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
usually on our skinnier side for our Spartan race athletes.
He missed that stairway to Sparta. He heard us commentating. He's like, I'm gonna show those two ding dongs. I'm gonna go hit the gym. He's been
Yeah, right. Yeah, and
getting
also too,
shredded.
it's always funny. I feel like we've been giving Ethan a lot of flack for missing the stairway to Sparta. Like once again, he would kick our butts in just about any race that
Yeah,
we would put ourselves in. So we definitely have a lot of respect for Ethan, and we're totally just giving him a hard time for his almost
yeah.
messing up first place at Red Deer for stairway to Sparta.
We'll watch him catch us at a race and push us into a locker, take our lunch money.
Yeah,
There's
right.
talking crap about me.
Two, one.
Here we go. We're off.
7 areas. Have a great time out there. Stay safe. Stay vigilant.
Imagine it's
All right,
going
here we go. Yep.
straight up
So
the mountain.
looks like men and women started at the same time here.
Well, it didn't look like many women. I've noticed that the Canadian National Series there hasn't been many women in the elite field, but the women that showed up, man, they're strong. They're some absolutely fantastic athletes that do show up.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, like I said, we'll hopefully start to ID them once we get some separation. I know I feel like it tends to be a little bit more difficult. I definitely liked when the women were going 15 minutes later in races like West Virginia because we just feel like we were able to actually watch the women's race and give them more lip service. When we've got two races going on at once, again, we have a limitation on the number of rabbits we have, number of just cameras we can get on the course. So, but look at this, Miles. Literally, just like we've got like 6 men just shirtless with black shorts on. So that's gonna be fun for us to
Oh
try to
yeah, that's what I'm
see
commentating.
who is
All
who.
white guys.
It's
All
like
white guys.
they're all just clones. But I joke though because we know Brandon Neely's in the front there, as expected. Let's see who else we got. Like, yeah, okay. Looks like yep. This is Ethan Paupst and Brendan Neely. Yeah, dark.
Yeah. I would love to give some special credit and
Yeah.
shouts out to the rabbits. I was really happy. The producer had quite a few rabbits, kind of a
Wow.
full crew of
Look
rabbits
at
this
this.
time, which
I don't
has
think I've
not
ever seen
been the
anything
norm
like
throughout the
this. Look at
series.
this. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say. I was like, I thought we were really just going into a dark room for a second there.
That's Ethan right there with the headlamp. So you were right, Tyler.
Yeah, he is wearing the headlamp. Okay. Yeah, interesting. He's the only one that chose that. I feel like I wouldn't choose it either. I mean, it's I believe it was a 7 a.m. start. But you got to imagine it should be coming up pretty soon. But
And once again, these are all sprints. This is the third race in the Canadian National Series, all sprints, which
yep.
was interesting when we were commentating earlier about the Pan American Championship was the beast distance. And I thought it was interesting for Spartan to take all these national series from Mexico, Canada, and the United States, and then make them all sprints, but make the championship a beast. I thought was interesting, which definitely played
Yeah,
into Joshua Reed's wheelhouse, right?
for sure. Yeah, and the next race we'll see also is the Abu Dhabi the Beast Championship. So we'll be seeing a lot of great athletes doing that one, particularly the European contingency.
That looks like a pretty steep grade. To see these guys this early, power hiking it, that's got to be pretty steep. I'll ask our producer
Yeah,
if he
here we
has
go.
any guesstimate.
Another headlamp coming on. But yeah, look how dark this is. This is crazy.
This is one of the few times we get a bunch of great rabbits to do the recording. I hope maybe our producer can get on the line and shout out all of our rabbits. A huge thanks to them, the showing up and helping us bring you more perspectives, more content for this race.
Yeah, well,
Really,
from our end, Miles, we can see we've got Xavier, who is Beatrice's boyfriend.
okay.
He's a great racer. I'm often going back and forth with Xavier when he comes down to the northeast part of the U.S. when we race together. We've got Anna and we've got Paolo. Looks like our rabbits. So again, and also of course our producer Jason, who not only is producing the show but also goes out there on site every single time. Often races an age group in the Super or whatever races the day before, and then comes back and rabbits and then edits and then so yeah. This is we're at the end of his long shift. Where we are
Yeah,
with our
he
producer
literally
Jason.
risked his life. He risked. Oh, also
Yeah.
a huge shout out to our other two rabbits, Nicole and Joel. Thank you so much for
Yep.
showing up and helping out the OCR report. Remember, this is one of the many ways you guys can support us. And make sure to like and subscribe on these videos, comment, positive or negative. Oh, there's Elise in blue. Elise
Yep.
Huet.
So we mentioned earlier, Elise Huet is one of our podium contenders for the women's side. I believe she's currently sitting in second, if I remember the results correctly.
I think she's in first there.
Oh no! First currently yes, but second for the series behind Beatrice.
Now, does that one gentleman have a fanny pack on right there?
Yeah, looks like he has something going on.
Is that a heart rate monitor that just that's the one thing I hate about the heart rate monitors is sometimes they slide all the way down on you, and that may be a heart rate monitor slid all the way down to his stomach. It's either that or a fanny pack or a hydration pack.
Yeah, maybe he did sneak a gel or some sort of nutrition in there because I mean this is a mountain race, so I'm not. I have no idea. We have no idea on the times. We try to stay spoiler free if we can throughout the race to give you live reactions to a delayed taping of the race. But I could imagine this being a 40, 45-minute race for even our top men. So maybe even closer to an hour for our mid-pack. So I'll be curious to see if he pulls out any hydration. Or not hydration, sorry, nutrition. All right, looks like we're getting to the top of this climb. Again, a 6-minute climb for one of our top ladies here, Elise, and some of our mid-pack men. So that's real significant to start this race, and no obstacles, which is kind of rare.
Yeah, that is weird that we haven't seen an obstacle yet. And you can see her kind of looking back, at least looking back behind her, seeing where the competition is. You can tell she wants
it's not a bad time to look behind. Just quick glance over your shoulder when you get to the top of the hill to see how much gap you might have put on somebody else. Sometimes it can be a little rewarding if you feel like you're going slow, but someone else is going slower.
Yeah, we can hear a rabbit breathing hard there. That is a long 6-minute climb up that mountain. That mountain is not easy.
Yep, and now here she goes with some running. Ooh, all right. Look at this.
Beautiful views.
It honestly looks more like a sunset than a sunrise coming.
Yeah, it really does. This looks like
that'd be a fun idea. I know they've had it in Abu Dhabi before. They've had like a 4 p.m. race start.
Okay.
Where it kind of comes down towards the end of the race. That'd be a fun twist.
There's Leslie Huffman there in the red.
Yep, she was third in Calabugi, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to the ladies for wearing different colored shirts so we can identify them.
Yeah, right.
You and me are gonna want more diversity in OCR. If anything, to be selfish so we can identify people.
This is why we just need jerseys in OCR, honestly, or tattoos, or like temporary tattoos for sponsors, things like that would certainly help.
I feel like they do that more in Europe. You watch some of the other races in Europe, and they're like all wearing shirts.
Yeah, it's definitely more common, especially some of those rougher races like outside of Spartan that have a little more gnarlier obstacles. Definitely. But I'm one of those guys who's out there with no shirt and black shorts typically. So
yeah, for sure. Me too. Me too. We can't complain. We're being a little bit hypocritical, but
right.
It's harder to tell them, but we should have more than enough coverage here, which is really nice. We have enough cameras out there and rabbits. Make sure to like and subscribe on this video and comment down below with positive, negative, whatever. That really helps bring attention to it. We have a Patreon you can help follow and support the OCR report with. Any kind of support is well appreciated.
Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, if you were following Spartan's Instagram, you saw here's this. Oh, I'm gonna interrupt myself.
Here it is.
The scrim crawl. So it's not quite. It's not quite Devil's Beard if you've done a Tough Mudder. You know what I'm talking about, where it just
not
pretty
much
close. Sinks on you. There's definitely a lot of room there. Brendan Neely just made easy work with that. But it's definitely something new. If they could replace barbed wire with that, I'm totally on board, Miles. I'm all set with getting my back chewed up with barbed wire.
Yeah, that seemed like just a very easy barbed wire crawl and very short for that net.
Yeah, now we got a wall here. Yeah, it looks like Brendan is starting to put up a pretty big gap, but we're already 9 minutes into the race. It doesn't even feel like it.
Well, it looks like they're up on the top there, so they're going to go all out at this point. Now it's. I don't remember what the course map looked like, but I imagine it's downhill from here. They're going to run straight a little bit, top of the mountain, and then head down.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of more flat on the top. Yeah, more. Yeah, it's more flat on the top, and then it's downhill and then flat again. On the right side of your screen, looks like we got Carolyn Johnson, one of our podium contenders here.
Let's go, Ethan.
So we believe she's in third for the women. Meanwhile, we've got Brendan Neely followed by Ethan Paupst doing the Atlas carry. Once again, Miles, it seems like we feel like Brendan Neely has a huge gap, and then we just see Ethan Paupst just kind of come out of pop out of nowhere, as we like to say.
Yeah, you can't count him out. He's
always lurking. Yeah, the races we've seen, we saw him do that with Josh Reed. We saw him do that with Brendan Neely and Calabugi. We're seeing him do it again here so far, 10 minutes into this race right now. So definitely some impressive stuff.
Yeah, if any of you are watching this that are new to Spartan race, sprint is the shortest. It's usually just about a 3-mile race, so 5K. And he's opting to take the safe route, matching hands over the bar
Yep, switch
because it
grip.
did rain the day
Staying,
previous.
he's staying locked off, as I would say. With
They are too
his,
fast
he's
for
not
you?
dead
Yep.
hanging. He's got his he's got making like L's with his arms. All right, and it looks like Brendan now is headed down towards downhill already here.
He's picking up more speed.
Now he's got the sandbag.
Let's go, Ethan. Let's go,
Let's see
Brendan.
what this sandbag carry looks like. Now, producer was saying this isn't as bad.
Yeah. They are fast. Brendan, the first one is one of the best in Canada. And the second one is
Yeah, Ethan's just taking off here. Looks like it goes a bit down the hill and then up the hill. Which is interesting.
The first one is one of the best in Canada.
Meanwhile, we've got Carolyn here on the right side of your screen, still climbing. I have to imagine she might be approaching that scrim crawl pretty soon.
It's okay, you don't have the light on the eyes? I will stay on your back.
Yeah, those views are nice. Light starts to come
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
I
it looks
wonder
like
if
it appears as though it's almost.
by the time they finish.
Yeah, oh yeah. It looks like it's a little bit of road there, a little bit that Brendan was just on. Oh, down goes. I think Xavier just took a wipe. Oh man.
Oh man.
All right. While Xavier recovers, we'll switch back over to Carolyn. Yeah,
Hope
it's not
Xavier's okay.
ravaging unless you fall down at least once.
Ok, c'est un aimant, gimbal, il est tombé.
Yep. So now we'll give you a full screen view on Carolyn here, who's approaching the wall, which was after that scrim crawl. So you got the wall, and then I believe it was an atlas, and then a vertical monkey bars and a vertical cargo, which then leads into that sandbag that we just saw the men complete.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Beatrice has this first place wrapped up in here, so these ladies are really still battling it out for second and third on the podium. Which is interesting because I remember commentating, if you remember, Tyler, after the first race, a lot of the women weren't planning on coming back to the other races. They're just like, they kind of did their local race. They're like, nah, I'm not really going to follow the National Series. But we've seen a couple of the names from the first and second race, so
Yeah,
that plan may have
absolutely.
changed.
You know, Beatrice is not racing today? Is that right? It's just
Yeah, I don't think she is.
so the top three currently are just going to be Elise, Leslie, and Carolyn. Then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, we can see it's almost a different daylight setting. I know that looks like they got some lights on the ops, which is kind of nice.
Oh no.
It looks like we got.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like Leslie
Leslie's fell
failed
off.
the monkey bars there.
Yeah.
So that's going to give Carolyn some room to work here. Curious to see how that's going to affect her. Look at that the sunrise.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
That's pretty. Can't think of a better way to enjoy the sunset than on monkey bars.
Looks like Xavier has found his way back to his feet, and now back to the sandbag carry. And we just saw Elise Huet on the left side of your screen currently. She's got seemingly a pretty big lead over Leslie, who's still just coming out of the monkey bar penalty loop, but still no Carolyn sighting on that one. Yeah, wow. Elise has a full sandbag lead on Leslie, which is impressive because they were a lot closer from what I remember in Calabugie.
Yeah. Look how much faster she's running.
They
She
were
put that
battling
on
a lot
sandbag and
closer.
She has had it.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain Elise is from the Quebec area, and I know you got Mount Treblanc there. You've got a lot of different. I got another tumble for Xavier. It seems like But yeah, no, you got a lot more elevation on the east side of Canada, and I think that's might be where Elise is from. So I'm wondering if she's got a little bit of an advantage from being from that side.
Okay, yeah, the sandbag's not so bad. That's not very
Yeah,
long at all.
yeah, we still got Leslie still putting up a little trot here. Meanwhile, on the right side of your screen, looks like that does look like to be Elise's legs going down, using a lot of braking. So it must be a pretty steep decline as well.
I'm not sure I'm even worried about who wins this race now. I'm more worried about how Xavier's doing. We check in with Xavier, make sure he's still alive.
Yeah, make sure he's all right. Yeah, seriously. Got to protect Beatrice's boyfriend at all times.
Yeah, exactly. Well, his kind of dedication, though, I'm pretty sure he'd be out there in the wheelchair. He might not be walking at this point, but he'll be back out there in the wheelchair, still coming to getting the rabbiting for us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put up a disclaimer for our producer. No rabbits were harmed during the making of this film.
That's right. Maybe okay. No, it didn't say ... Okay, maybe just a little.
maybe just Xavier.
Yeah, maybe just Xavier. Yeah.
All right. So both of our top two ladies here, again, Elise in blue, Carolyn in red, are both headed down the mountain at this point. Looks like we got a little bit of a course marking there, trying to see if we might know where we are distance-wise. But yeah, you can really see the backpedaling out of Elise. Definitely must be a lot steeper than it looks from our screen at the moment. Yeah, now she picks it back to the regular stride. Definitely curious what the time difference is on them at the moment. It doesn't look to actually be as significant as it seems. Maybe it's a minute and a half. It looks like we might be able to get some splits for you.
Yeah.
You can see Elise running down some of the men. Like this gentleman here in the green shorts was right in front of our start line. So, all right. So now we got men at the 4-foot wall again. So this is right before the monkey bars. You got Brendan Neely and Ethan Paupst just 10 seconds apart. Then you got Austin Party, Sean Philitrault, and William Leeroy. So all within a minute of each other up to the 4-foot wall, which I believe was, again, right after that scrim crawl.
Yeah, not even a minute.
Yeah, again, we're looking at about 8 minutes ago. And then again, here we are at for the women, Elise Huet. Then Leslie Huffman was a 30-second gap. Carolyn Johnson, a minute back from her. Susan Snitsky, which we saw last year, making her first series appearance this year, about 2 minutes back from Elise, and then Emily Robinson about 20 more seconds back from there. So definitely still still a battle.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just tell how wet and slippery and muddy that is right there. She's making the smart play by hitting the grass. You can get way more traffic.
You can see Elise, Leslie taking the grass there. But definitely love to see if they are in the same frame. It kind of looks like they're in two different planets, but they're actually, like I said, not too much distance between them. I feel like we might see Leslie close up some gap distance wise. Thanks to Elise now having to climb.
The men are through the hurdles at this point, so they should be on their way down. You can still see people fighting And then this video footage really doesn't do just kind of how hard some of these climbs are justice. There's a reason they're power hiking and going much slower, because it's just a very hard climb.
Yeah, so now you can see if you gauge both sides of your screen of two, we do really appreciate the two windows we have here. It looks as though Elise is topping the climb while Leslie is at the bottom. So we'll see. It looks like Elise is at the inverted wall here at right about 20 minutes. So I'll keep an eye on that for you for Leslie to see exactly what we have for a manual split, so to say. I always like trying to do that if I can.
Is there other rabbit right there rabbiting for us?
I do have to say though, I would like to see a little bit more running out of these folks who are in elite for sure, even if it's just doing that 10, 20-second count, because that can really get in someone's head if you're close to them or if you're really trying to make up some gap or gap someone.
But, on the right-hand side of the screen, I remember this section of the course specifically. It actually gets very slippery in a couple different parts that you can't quite tell in this angle.
Yeah, Miles, were you there? Were you there at OCR Worlds for that rainstorm that we had? And people were literally during the rec bag carry. People were literally sliding on their rec bag.
Oh, you remember that?
They were literally sitting down on the bag and using it as a sled.
Yeah.
Back to that manual split I had said earlier. Looks like we're about a minute difference because Leslie's hitting this wall at a little over 21 minutes when Elise hit it at 20. So. And then meanwhile, Elise is hitting that barbed wire crawl. And then you've got Brendan over here at the Herc hoist, seemingly all alone, but you never know with Ethan's sneakiness. He might just come through in a second.
Yeah, you really can't give him any kind of gap to take advantage of.
No. Yeah, I mean, Brendan is an incredible runner. I think something along the lines like a 35-minute 10K-er. I could be wrong on that. But something in that ballpark.
Yeah, our rabbits are having a hard time keeping up with him. He's moving so fast. Here, as we were mentioning earlier, comes into the festival area. Really cool for everyone in the village to come see. Really great for the spectators. Looks like it's so early, everyone's still asleep.
Only down now.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see if
He went for the double roll. That's definitely the fastest way down. It's nice.
Yeah, and a lot of times, the vertical cargo too is a lot of times a good gauge on where people are. I think now we've got a Ethan sighting here. So Brendan's already through Herc, vertical A-frame cargo and rope climb as Ethan's arriving at Herc hoist, which again will probably be a little bit of a harder obstacle for Ethan just because of his weight. But looks like he's making some pretty decent work of it. He's got to definitely lean into that bag for sure.
Yeah, that looks way easier than it was in previous races.
Yeah, he's been like I said, I have to imagine he seems to be a runner first, which a lot of people are who come to Spartan race. And then it seems like he's really taking this seriously and getting in the weight room, putting on that strength. So it's exciting to see what he could possibly develop into. Again, we don't know exactly how old Ethan is, but we imagine he's like 19 or 20, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of time if he sticks with this sport.
Yeah, and running is the majority of the race. That is the single most important variable that you want to train for. You have to be strong.
Right, here we got a hurdle split. So we've got Brendan and Ethan about 30 seconds apart. Then William Leeroy is about a minute behind Ethan. Then Sean Filatrell about 30 seconds back from that, and Austin Party a good ways 2 minutes behind Sean. William has made up 2 spots. He was in 5th at that first 4-foot wall split. So definitely curious to see how he's doing. I know he came in second. Here he is right now. I know he came in second over at Red Deer. He was right on Ethan's tail. If Ethan had one more attempt at Stairway to Sparta, we like to think William might have caught him. So definitely it's not over with the spear still being a concern at the very end of the race.
Really cool. Yeah, anytime you're coming into the festival area and you have to see a gauntlet of obstacles, it's kind of a telltale sign that you're near the finish. That's when you really pick up the pace and finish strong. Pinch every second.
Well, I mean, not this time, Miles, because it was Herc, A-frame, and rope are 12, 13, 14 of our 28 obstacle race. So we're really just halfway.
Yeah, that's right.
In terms of obstacles, we're probably more like 2/3 to 2/3-ish, 3/4 maybe, as far as race distance. All right, here we got Sean Filatrell. Again, I've definitely raced him in the past. Like I said, he's definitely a strong runner. He had some weird slip-ups last time we saw him in Calabugie on obstacles. So hopefully he'll clean that up a bit. But again, definitely a solid athlete. So would love to see him make this interesting with William still in his sights.
All right, good way to get right back into the run. Straight the rope climb. Is it just me, or does it look like none of those ropes have knots in them?
Yeah, just about none of the -1 starting knot. I know sometimes they do have some of them do have 2 or 3 knots occasionally, and I always go for those ones if I can. If I see one, I'm all over it.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know what can happen. Usually, the rope climb's not a problem for us, but in case something happens, you want to have that option.
Yeah,
it's
what is nice too is
the same way of identifying that really fast as you run up to it is key. Just kind of like the same way if you have a plate drag, picking your lane very carefully but quickly, because as soon as you commit to one, you can stay in that lane. So picking the lane where the ground is the flattest, that's the key one you want to go to. But you gotta notice it fast. Same way you gotta pick the right rope fast.
Yeah, and some people wouldn't know as well that rope climb is a multi-attempt obstacle. So you can try that as many times as you want until you either decide to take the penalty loop or you can or hit the bell. Most of our elites all do it in one shot, but if you do pick a bad rope, you can always try a different one. Meanwhile, we just got a quick glimpse of the bucket carry. Looks like Brendan was already on it, and I think we must be waiting for Ethan's arrival here at the moment. This is still the Herc hoist, so maybe looking at a woman coming through soon. Most likely Elise at this point.
Yeah, you hear those footsteps picking up pace. Oh, that's in the other video camera. Okay.
Okay, so here's Ethan on the. It looks like there's a little bit of a switch back there. Looks like there's 2 people going different directions. So I think so. Here we got Ethan. Just about a full bucket behind Brendan. And then meanwhile on the right side of your screen we got Elise approaching the Herc hoist. Again, she is your female leader at the moment. Again, curious now, we'll probably get a good glimpse as to where Leslie is in relation to Elise. Last we checked, about a minute behind at the top of the inverted wall. Yeah. And that was about 6-7 minutes ago.
Let's go, Will! Allez!
There's Susan Sinitsky.
Yep. Another woman sighting. Yeah, Susan Sinitsky. She was Susan was in the 2024 series races. Wasn't here at this race, so who knows? She had an injury or other commitments going on. But looks like she's moved into 3rd place over Carolyn.
All right, red back for women, all the way to the top, slowly on the way down. Don't go.
So now we got Leslie approaching the Herc hoist while Elise tops over the A-frame. Oh wow, light work for Leslie. Nice. One more pull. Seems like Elise is going a little bit on the slower side on the coming down the A-frame, so maybe some opportunity to shave some time if Leslie opts to roll here.
Yeah, nobody seems to have troubles with the rope climb. Not with the rope climb. Well, with the rope climb as well, but the Herc hoist doesn't seem like it's as heavy as it normally is, where you see some people struggle on it. I don't think anyone's struggled on it so far.
Especially when it rains.
Yeah.
So here we've got your women split at hurdles. So we've got Elise, and then Leslie is about 1:15 behind her. Then we got Susan about 45 seconds back from Leslie. Carolyn just 20 seconds back. And we got Nicole Bowman in 5th, and a pretty distant 5th, 4 minutes behind Carolyn. And now we're going to get a glimpse of the Z-wall here. Looks like this must be Brendan walking up to it. Oh, he just came off the Z-wall, did he not?
Well, it very well could have. Z-wall is hard when it rains the night before, especially if it was. No, I don't think this was a Sunday race, but if it's a Sunday race and it was okay, and there's people going through it on Saturday, it gets muddy and then it rains like that. Man, Z-wall gets really difficult. It's generally we consider it an easier obstacle, but as soon as you get mud on there and it gets slippery, it's not easy at all.
I gotta say though, it kind of looked like like he had touched the ground there. It was really hard as hell from here. Obviously, there was a volunteer right by it. So Said it was clean, so off he goes. We got Elise taking on Stairway to Sparta,
Tellement glissant la descente.
while Brendan does the multi-rig. So Brendan's at the very end, 30 minutes into the race. That's impressive stuff.
They'll make it easy work of the rig.
Still definitely has to hit his spear to lock it in. He's
Yeah, I think
right
Brendan
now.
Neely has this wrapped up. If he doesn't if he hits a spear, I think he's got this wrapped up. He's moving great.
Yeah. If he doesn't, Ethan could make it interesting, but again, I do think that.
Yeah.
I
mean, Ethan's not terribly far behind.
Yeah, and like I said, Brendan's a stud athlete. 12th place last year at Abu Dhabi. There we go, bang! Oh my god. Yeah, that was just. I mean, that was a textbook spear throw. Reeled it in, barely paused, right in the logo. Once again, no circle for the Canadians. Lucky guys up north. But even if it was a circle, Brendan still would have hit it.
Yeah, the circle really makes it more difficult, man. It is a game changer. You think it wouldn't make that big of a difference, but the moment you stick the spear into that wooden circle on the outside, you're just, it's F-bombs all the way around, and you wish it was just the regular old hey, man.
Mm-hmm. We've got Carolyn finishing up the rope climb while Elise goes through the festival area here.
Yeah, the sun's coming up right now. You can hear the birds singing in the background. What a cool little audio clip and scenery.
Mis amigos todos paparazzis.
So,
there's an issue there.
Just a heads up here, looks like.
Camera.
Yeah, we did. Yep. So it looks like there was an issue with the finish line camera, so we did miss the men's finish. It does seem like Brendan is going to get the win there. Ethan most likely second. Oh, here's Ethan now. Oh, so at least we might get to at least see a spear throw. So we'll have a much better idea if we miss their finish.
Yeah, I believe we have footage of all the spears, so we should be able to see all that, which is one of the most exciting because that's where some big changes can happen. I don't care how far ahead you are, man. 30 burpees will slow you down. Once again, if you're new to OCR report and obstacle course racing, the way this works is if you miss that spear, you only get one shot at it, and if you miss it, it is a 30 burpee penalty. And remember, the majority of race running, and the one thing that makes running suck more is doing 30 burpees before you have to. So it's the last thing you want to do is miss that spear.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we've got Elise coming into the bucket carry, and looks like Leslie is running through the festival. So again, I'm going to try to do a nice little manual split for us here at 33:20. We see Elise picking up that bucket. But the racers might have an idea of where they are. That's what looped carries can be good for. I feel like we noted last time that Elise was a really great carrier, so she might put some distance here. Yeah. Meanwhile, looks like William Leeroy here coming up in third place.
Pretty much everyone's hit their spear so far. Yeah. Hoping he keeps.
He's opting for one that's not already in the spearman. Why not? Oh, maybe not.
Picking the one that's already in the spearman is a good way to go.
Yeah, right. Kind of keep that good luck mojo going, right?
Yeah, well, you just know the line is long enough and that it's doable.
Oh, yeah, lefty had William.
Left hand, yeah.
Oh,
and
nice
he wow.
Yep, right.
I really thought he was going to miss that. He took that arch technique, nailed it.
Yep, kind of really no carnage here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the rose technique is crazy. She really lines it up.
Just get that arch down.
Leslie taking some water. Elise not quite finished with the bucket carry, but kind of almost. And Elise probably sees Leslie and is starting to give it a little run.
Me and Xavier are going to take in first and second. Y'all bring in third. If you feel like you can keep up with them and want to run.
You follow Elise?
Yeah, she's moving really good there.
there.
You
The
can
second
tell.
one. Can you follow the third one when she
They're
can?
really picking up pace.
Thank you. Yeah, the dawn was crazy. Oh,
Yeah, she got a little boost of
She's one of
confidence.
the best in Canada.
Absolutely, she's gonna be here. If she can hit that spear, we're gonna have your first place elite female.
Oh, absolutely. Which would be a big race for her for sure. I mean, she got
Allez, Tristan!
I believe she was second at Red Deer. I
Yeah.
forget where she finished at Calabugie. I think she
It
might
was
also
one
been
of
on the
them.
podium. So
Yeah, but she hasn't had got that first place, so I know she's working hard for
Yeah.
this. You can tell she really wants it. She's pushing
yep, hasn't
hard.
unlocked it just yet. Looks like we got Susan Sinitsky arriving at the bucket in third place, trying to play a little spoiler perhaps. Again, definitely curious if we get an interview with her, kind of where she was, because like I said, she raced last year at the series. She did all the races, so unsure what happened there.
Did you fall on the mud?
Yeah, I think she was
so-
injured
Yeah.
earlier in the year.
Me too.
Okay, that's what I would imagine. She's kind of MIA, but
Let's go.
yeah, I guess glad to see her back. Definitely
You
curious
rock it, Leslie.
what held her up, and see if hopefully she'll make some big plans for 2026.
Look at all those trees changing color, Tyler. What a beautiful view.
Oh yeah, I would love
Once
to race
again-
here again for sure.
I'm sure we will.
Here we go.
There's been some big races in OCR, even from different brands in Blue Mountain, and I'm sure it's not the last time. You know, we love to have races on ski resorts.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
big
a
fall.
little bit of a fall there. He's good.
We got
Yes.
yep. Sean got through his rig, and then he's approaching the spear. Sean currently in fourth place. Meanwhile, we got a decent battle on your right side of your screen for third place women with Susan and Carolyn. Again, Sean also going for the same. Curious if anyone's going to change it up. They're all going for the same spear.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's got to be for that same reason, Tyler. It just lets you know that, hey, okay, that's very doable, even though the line is long.
Elise just came off the Z wall.
Oh, she's going to have to do the penalty loop. Okay.
Yep. Oh, and
okay.
Sean misses.
Probably missed.
Yep, Sean misses his spear. He's gonna do some burpees here. Honestly, for me, what I've been doing lately, and I'm gonna keep this up because I missed my first spear at West Virginia, and then I hit the following three, and then I hit a kill. So I've hit the last four doing this. I'll get to the spear, and then I'll walk to the last spear to lower my heart rate, and then also when I hit the spear, then a little closer to the next thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been following that strategy, and now I'm getting a little superstitious about it.
I've seen several other people do that same thing. It's a good strategy. It's not bad. You do need to lower your heart rate a little bit when appropriate.
Yep. So, all right. Looks like Elise made pretty short work of the Z wall penalty, but definitely opens up a little bit of a door for some time with the spear. So this is kind of where our this is really where our attention is going to be focused on. It's going to be your women's race. Yeah, here we go. We got rig.
Yeah, Susan in her eyesight.
Yeah, we got the rig, and then we got the spear. So this is going to be an exciting battle. Really, the top four women really still in here. Let's see what happens here because we could see a potential fall.
You got it. Come on.
Let's see.
It's really one of the exciting things in OCRs. Sometimes it's not the most exciting race,
Nice.
not always the men's. Sometimes it's the women's. You never know which the men or women's wave is going to have the most intense fights back and forth.
Yeah. This time, like I said, it was definitely the women. But here we are. All right, let's see. Leslie's really got to get through this to still put up a fight here. Oh man, really beating up these women. This the Z wall.
Yeah, the Z-wall must be rough
See?
right there.
Oh,
Oh,
good?
That does not count.
No.
That does not count. Yeah,
Oh.
if the end of the spear, if the handle, the other end, touches the ground, that does not count.
we really appreciate Jason zooming in on that to give us a lot of more clarification. But yeah.
Okay, those are legit burpees too. Look at that. Man, that is full chest to ground. Props to her,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, the only thing I would say is her arms are kind of
Oh,
shooting
man.
out instead of going over her ears.
Yeah,
yeah.
those.
Although
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have
that's
less.
bad.
I mean, personally, I have a little less issue with that generally, but again, definitely, yeah, could be a little better.
Yeah, the directions are clear in the instructions. Those hands do need to go above her ears. Yeah,
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we've
quite sure
been
what's doing
Miles
with
and
those
I are
hands there.
the 2025 burpee police, and I honestly, if I'm being honest with you, Miles, as much as we love Elise, we've said her smile is infectious. We got to say that these are
Oh yeah,
bad burpees.
these are bad burpees. Wonderful person, bad burpees. They're
Yep.
the bad burpees. I've seen better burpees.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely, it's always a curiosity when we're watching a race live like this because I know they can do penalties after the fact on bad burpees. It would be nice if someone, tapped her because they're not, like I said, they're not far off because they're just the hands aren't going above the ears properly. So they're really, they are still exhausting her and all that good stuff. But I think it could be a volunteer could really tap her and be like, hey, kind of clean it up. But all right, so we've seen Leslie fall off 2 obstacles so far. At least finished her burpees though. So
me
again,
tell you,
assuming no
Tyler.
penalties.
Tyler, you wouldn't see those burpees in America. We have the best burpees.
Miles doing his Donald Trump impression.
Yeah, I gotta and just teasing the Canadians. I just can't help myself. I love them. They're the best. The best sense of humor. They deserve better than me, honestly.
Yep. So.
Yeah, Carolyn is
so
just right there on Susan's tail, right there.
Yeah. Let's see
This
if Susan's a little hung up here.
Oh, see, that's why you really want to pull back on the last. Anytime you're going through a rig of any kind, pull back on the last implement. Don't immediately let go of your last hand. Pull back on that one so you get a little swing. You really need some sort of momentum as you progress through each implement through a rig like that.
Yeah, Leslie took a long time at the spear. And she's really far back. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, she's really far back.
She got it though.
Brendan Neely,
congratulations,
first place.
Thank you.
We're gonna get an interview with Brendan here as we finish up.
Canadian Series. How you feeling?
Good. This is my backyard course, so only half an hour away. So it's nice to have the friends and family here to support. It really does feel like the hometown race. So yeah, I love every single time we come up here. So for that to be the final stop in the series was it meant a lot.
Heck yeah! And you got first place in
Calabogie. Yes. Yeah.
And so this locks up first place for you with 2 first place wins.
That's right. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's nice to finish off the series again, keep my title. Ethan gave me a good run for my money this year. So it's nice to see younger guys come up. He's a super talented athlete. So I'm excited to see what he can do in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't race yesterday, right?
No, and so that Ethan did. And so for him to come out today and still throw down the effort he did, it speaks to his availability and his
trying to be quiet for Brendan's interview, but we got an exciting race
here
for second and third.
Well, what did you think about the wet course today?
It definitely had you, thinking on your toes on the way down because it
Leslie's gonna wrap it up
wrong
here.
step, you could totally eat it. So, it was fun though. No, I lucked out. I mean, the barbed wire crawl though, like that. It seemed like it was 100 meters long, all in the mud. So that was enough to get us dirty and
finishing off in style.
A ton of fun.
Yeah, I think we just witnessed a tight battle for the women right behind you. Yeah, that was awesome. Did Elise make it through, or
that's second, third?
Did Elise make it through in first, or is she still on burpees?
Elise.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice to meet you. I follow you. Okay, did I pull that tree into you? I grabbed onto a sapling.
I fall so hard on the ground.
Oh, are you okay? Oh man.
Brendan is
sliding down that hill. I grabbed that sapling to keep my balance, and I wasn't sure if that came down.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
This down was so crazy.
Yeah. There's a slip and slide. Yeah, you too.
Here comes Carolyn finishing up the race in
Thanks,
fourth.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh yes.
Freaking strong. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, how'd you find
Killer finish for the ladies.
Well, I know I was
taking it easy because I did run the course yesterday. And I didn't want to like slam the gimbal into my face when I fall.
Sure, we'll have to check with our producer if he has any more. There's any more interviews. He normally interviews a few more people.
Yeah, looks like he's maybe trying to pull some people aside. Maybe Elise for the win.
Yep,
You're still
there we go.
recovering, it seems, in the top four.
I had a couple of slips, but I didn't fall.
And it's like so wet.
I was taking it a little easy. We had enough rabbits around that I was like, if I lose them, I'll be okay.
Yeah, because
It was so dark at the top.
Yeah, I know. Dude, we got back to the festival area, and I forget her name, but she had her flashlight on. It's like, why didn't I think about that?
I started the video and put it again because I put the flashlight, but even with this, because I almost I was thinking and broke it because I fall, and the magnet
I popped off?
Yeah. When I was behind
Yeah, I think the long pants were the way to go this morning. Yeah, way to go. There we go. We got the rest of the men.
All right, here goes
Ethan
Ethan.
Paupst.
Well, it sounds like everybody was having a really good time out there with all the slipping and sliding. Ethan, congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
Did you have any sliding today? Any slipping?
A little bit, but I ran yesterday, so I was kind of prepared. Kind of just tried to find the rocks, the grassy area. Couple little slips, but nothing bad.
Right. You raced yesterday.
Yeah.
How'd you do yesterday?
I got first yesterday.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
First place yesterday, second place today in the National Series. Locked up second place for the series.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was it the wet course today? Different than yesterday, obviously. In the dark. Tell me about the dark.
Definitely hard to navigate. We didn't have to go through this one area that we did yesterday, so it's kind of nice. We're going uphill, so a little easier. I brought a headlamp, used it for the first half.
Oh, you did have one?
I did have a headlamp. I used it for the first half, and actually it was kind of nice, especially once you got to the top, because then you could see where you're stepping, especially because over half the race was dark. But
I could see y'all's headlamps in the distance. It's like, at least it gives me something to see, because I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I'm like, well, then they'll know it's me. I'll be like, hey, there I am. You know?
Right. What's next for you, man? Anything? Anything for the rest of the year?
background is kind of
Well, I'm
crazy.
going to do Vancouver High Rocks, but not nothing crazy series
Good
wise.
job
I'm
keeping
going to
that
take
fire
a little
going.
bit of an off season, build back up, and then see what next year holds for me. But yeah, just have some fun, build back up.
Well, you had an amazing year, man.
Well, thank you.
We're looking forward to continuing to watch you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, dude. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a wonderful young man. Good attitude.
Yeah, no, really like him. Yeah, no, I think it might be his High Rocks debut, so curious how he does there with some of those strength
Will,
elements.
remind me your last name?
Leeroy.
Leeroy, that's right. William Leeroy.
Yeah, William Leeroy.
Congratulations on third place today.
Thanks.
How'd you feel out there in the slippery in the dark?
It was nice. It was a good test. I think the mud is at my advantage. It make it more technicals, and I'm used to Tremblant, so I'm living Tremblant. It's more technical. So to keep up with these guys, I was kind of hoping it was going to be slippery. It was nice. I couldn't be in Calabogie because I injured myself like 4 days before. So it was all out here. I decided it was a do or die. Really testing my fitness. I did Sweden at the World Champ. Couldn't really test it because I was injured. So today I took the risk to blow up, but I wanted to keep with these guys. I knew if I could keep with them, maybe it would come to the spare throw. Unfortunately, they had it, and I had it too. So I'm very happy with third place.
3 sticks. That's awesome.
Yeah, third place and third place on the series. So yeah, very happy. Best season yet. So
Nice.
very nice.
No problems with your injury today?
No, because it's not like very hard grips obstacles. It's when it's the shoulder, the collarbone. So it's when there's different grip position. But I went conservative on certain obstacles. But yeah, I felt great.
Awesome. Any idea where it puts you in the series?
Third.
Third
Yeah, so
overall?
I did second in Red Deer.
Oh, yeah.
Third here,
Heck yeah.
so it makes me third in the series.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, very nice.
Man.
Yeah, thanks.
What are you planning for the rest of the year and maybe next year?
The rest of the year, it was my last race. Maybe I'll do the super after 8 o'clock.
Nice.
I'll see, but after that, it's going to be rest day. And next year, I'll start with Dubai Games. And then we'll see for the Spartan Series. Depends where the races are going to be, but for sure I'll be there, but in elite, but not sure if I'll do the series.
Awesome. Anybody you want to shout out?
My coach, he was there all the way, even with my injury. We talked about a plan yesterday, and he was very happy. I told him it was a do or die. I wanted to push my limits, so thanks to him, he was there.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Congrats, dude. Thank you. Elise Huet, first place today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Let's see. I'm trying to think about the other finishes.
Look at that
Any
smile.
idea where it puts you today for the series?
Second. Beatrice had it locked in
That's
first,
right.
so
Yeah.
so I was going for second.
Well, congratulations. You nailed it. That was
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, it was lots of fun. I do love this course.
And you had a slip on the Z wall.
Yeah.
And then miss on the spear throw.
Yes, I have yet to get the spear. This year has been just a 30 burpee. It's the obstacle of 30 burpees.
It was a great throw today. It just
I know, it was so
fell and
close.
stuck the ground. and hit
So
the
my
ground.
goal was to get enough ahead on the climb that I could do 30 burpees and still keep the lead.
So obviously you had a really good lead going after the Z wall into spear. Did they catch up to you?
No, I was trying
You're
to
that
burpee.
far
I
ahead.
knew she was coming, so I was burping as fast as I could, and
Heck
I never
yeah.
saw her. So.
That's awesome. How'd you feel about the tire drag?
Oh, it was a fun new obstacle. It's always fun to get something new thrown in there, but it was a good finisher.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the downhills? Did you slip
Slippery.
any?
I was definitely taking them cautious. I slid on my butt on one part intentionally because I was like, this is not going to end well if I try and run. So I just slid.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
What about the dark? How'd you feel about that?
It was definitely dark for like a good portion of the race. I did think about wearing a headlamp. So I was like, the sun's not going to rise until we're like on the downhill coming in. But
Yeah, a few of the guys had them.
did they?
Yeah.
I was like very close to wearing it. Maybe next year.
Well, what's next for you?
Well, now I'm in cyclocross season, so doing that for a bit, and then I transferred to cross-country skiing for the winter.
Say it again. What was it?
Cyclocross.
Cyclocross. Okay, cool.
It's quite
cool.
fun if you've never
Yes,
seen
does
it. It's a fun little bike race that's like it's kind of like obstacles thrown in. You get off your bike and hop
nice.
over some things, and then skiing is my main sport. So I'll
Is
be.
anybody doing coverage for cyclocross so we can watch it online?
They're definitely not in my races, but there definitely are cyclocross races you can watch online. It is a fun spectator sport for sure.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Especially if it's a muddy course like this.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to shout out?
Just all the competitors out here. My parents were here watching this
Awesome.
weekend, so it's fun having them cheering me on.
All right. Thank you so much. Great. Congratulations. Good
Thank
to see you.
you.
Is this thing on? Hello,
Yep.
hello.
Leslie Huffman, congratulations. Second place?
Yeah, second place. Second place in today's race.
Second place in today's race. Any idea where that puts you in the series?
I think third.
It puts you third?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because
Yeah.
I know you had Calabogie. You did well there.
Yeah, I was third there. But Beatrice already got first and first,
Yep.
and then I'm pretty sure Elise is
Elise in
got
second.
Yeah.
That
But-
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Awesome. Obviously, crazy uphill in the dark, slippery downhills.
Yes.
How'd you feel?
I don't know, not great. I haven't been running a lot lately. I've been nursing a sore ankle, so this is kind of my first run in a few weeks or more. But yeah, there was one point when we started coming downhill that we went through some technical stuff, and it was so dark I literally could not see what I was stepping on, and I just grabbed a tree and came to a full halt, and the guy behind me kind of plowed into me, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't.
I think
I
that
can't
was
step
me. I
into
didn't run
this.
into you, but I'm pretty sure I was behind
No,
you.
there was a racer that actually.
Oh, it was a racer?
Yeah. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't go into that. I just don't know what it is. So, but it didn't last long, and then I was able to run once we got out into the open. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you slipped on the Z-wall.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What happened there?
I guess I picked the wrong side. I
Were
mean,
you
our
on
shoes
the-
are super muddy because it was muddy, and I always preferred to go my right hand first, and so I picked that side, but it was angled, and so
you went right hand first, but it was still leaning?
Yeah, the whole thing was sort of leaning one way. So when I picked that side of the wall, I got on it and was like, oh, I'm leaning, and just whiffed off of it because everything was muddy. But I don't know if I've ever fell on that one before, so I guess it was time.
Yeah, I felt that yesterday leaning away from it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as slippery, so I was able to cling on.
Right.
But today, I can imagine.
Yeah, everything's pretty wet and muddy.
Yeah. How about the multi-rig and the spear throw?
I got the spear throw, but I fell on the monkey bars. This is not a good race. But that's okay. I'm happy. Happy to be here.
What'd you think about the run through the village area?
Oh, it was cool. Yeah, it was really cool. It's early in the morning, so there's not a lot of people out, but it'd be really fun in the afternoon when there's people all
Yeah, it was a big crowd yesterday. Probably will be today too.
I bet. Yeah, it was really fun.
All right. Well, what's next for you?
I think probably the Fat Ass Trail Race, a local trail race,
Oh, cool.
just near my home that my I'm friends with the race director and stuff. So it's one I do every year. It was my very first trail race, and then that's just shutting it down for the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody want to shout out?
My husband, Devin. Yeah, always.
Right. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, some nice interviews there, and a good race. Congrats to the podium finishers there. But yeah, Miles, what do you think?
That was cool, man. It's a beautiful venue. It's just what I thought. You notice the one thing that was synonymous throughout all the interviews is that they're saying how slippery it was. And you and me were previously mentioning that when we did this, not this specific race, but other races like OCR World Championships, there's a couple sections that you couldn't quite tell in that video that are very, very muddy and slippery. And so I get why people are kind of bracing themselves. I don't think maybe it was Leslie that we saw earlier, really kind of taking it slower going down the hill. And so just for that reason, so that really did kind of throw things off. And now we know the reason why there's so many people falling off the Z-wall is because Leslie was saying, it's kind of leaning the other way. So that makes sense. Sometimes that happens when they're setting it up.
Makes it more
congratulations, everyone. It was a great national series. It was awesome to watch. I can't wait to see who shows up next year. I really wanted to see maybe Austin Azar show up as well, him and Michele Jarolo. But I know he just recently, he's too busy climbing mountains and proposing to his fiance. So congratulations to Austin Azar. They're engaged now. So that was a little more important. And but I hope to see him at another Canadian National Series race in the future.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Congrats to the couple there. And another great Canadian racer who could definitely make a splash here for sure. But yeah, so we'll talk about the race results and then the overall series results after that. Yeah. So as we mentioned, we got Brendan Neely blazing 32:15 with Ethan Paupst about 2 minutes behind. William Leeroy about 3.5 minutes off of Brandon. Then a pretty big gap to Sean Filitralt, then Vince Alati, Austin Party, Leo Parpy, Nicholas Villeneuve, Aiden Zochile, and Miles Mabin.
Oh, there's another Miles.
Yeah. Miles appearance.
I don't like that. There's only one Miles. I think me and this other Miles need to race off.
You'll have
to.
He's
got to be massive. He's gonna beat me up after. He's gonna beat me up after Ethan beats me up.
Right? Yeah, you got a long line of people who want your number.
Then after me, all the Trump impressions and jokes there.
Now we got the women's top 10. We got Elise Huet with a 42:51. Leslie Huffman about a minute behind there. Susan Sinitsky only 8 seconds behind. We had that big race off during Brandon's interview. Carolyn Johnson 2 minutes off of Elise. Then a pretty big gap to Nicole Bowman, Tanya Yerkesian, Armenian, Emily Robinson, Susie Lessard, Rachel Schoen, and Abigail Clark.
Oh, right. Yeah. Congratulations.
A third member of our team also making an appearance.
Yep. The OCR Doodle. Couldn't stay away. No idea of personal space as normal. But huge.
While the. I was going to say, while the puppy distracts everyone on the broadcast here, we'll go to the series results. So just 8 people with scores for the series, so definitely a little disappointing. We'd love to see this leaderboard be filled up here in the years to come, but we've got Brendan Neely taking the win, Ethan Paupst and William Leeroy. Then we had Tyler Jordan in 4th, we didn't see today, Sean Filitralt in 5th, Mike McDonald, who we didn't see today either, in 6th, then Josh Taylor and Chris Rohde.
You think more people would have showed up, Ethan? Like, being able to say you got top 10 in the national series in any race is a pretty big brag. Like, I think more people would have showed up and done more of those races. And honestly, I don't think the races were that far away or that hard to get to. I'm more surprised more people didn't show up. But maybe after showing this footage, people are like, hey, I got a shot.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of age groupers who contend who want to do the age group series and compete for a Delta plaque there. Myself included. I like to do the age group for these kind of races. But maybe I might have to jump in. You and I, Miles, jump in.
We Italians came over and won in the U.S. National Series. So I think it's time we come over. I don't know Canada enough over there. They might pull me into the woods. Maybe you should do it.
All right, we'll have to see for next year. But now we'll jump into the women again. Only 5 athletes with 2 scores here. Again, the aforementioned Beatrice Moyen Silvestri with 2 first places didn't have to race today. Then Elise Huet, Leslie Huffman, Carolyn Johnson, and Nicole Bowman.
Yeah, what a really cool race there at the end between the ladies. That last
particularly Leslie and Susan.
section, that was a great race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, really push.
Perfect. Yeah, so I know we've had a lot of coverage in the last 3 months, Miles, but I think that kind of does it for us covering OCR this year. I know we've got one more race in Abu Dhabi, that Beast Championship. We're doing it's a Savage Race finale. Our producer is saying, right? I think it's just that one big final race, so that'll be interesting to see for sure who shows up to that one. It's a big money race.
It's like 2 weeks from now, and I think it's a good big money. It's a big payout. They recently had another race we weren't there to cover, but I hear it's pretty epic, and there's some great athletes. I know the Marquez brother, the Green brothers, Marquez and his brother. They're having a fantastic year on that side. Not to mention with the U.S. OCR national team, they're doing great. A whole bunch of them came out here to Dallas. We had the Dallas Savage race 2 weeks ago, and excuse me, I'm sorry, seeing the sign off the side. And it brought a whole bunch of talent. That was actually ended up being a really hot race. I wasn't there, but we saw all kinds of clips and results from it. Keep in mind what's really cool is that race is paying 5 deep. It'll be on November 1st. It's paying 5 deep, so I expect to see some great talent like Sean Bryan coming out. When those guys come out,
you mean Sean Roberts, right?
Sean Roberts, excuse me. Yeah. I know another Sean Rogers. I think he's in Arizona, but
so you have to do what's their elite version is called the Pro Division in Savage Race, and you've had to have done one in the past to qualify. They actually did do a lot of they paid out for every race that they did this year, which was awesome. The top 3 and the 4th and 5th got a free code for another race, so that's really exciting. The free codes might even be enough to get someone who got 4th or 5th in their local race to come out for it. So that's really awesome. So that one I'm definitely excited to watch. I know we had like an Aaron Newell come out to Boston. Maybe he flies down to Florida. Maybe I don't think we've seen a Ryan Kempson yet this year, but I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of great talent flying out to that race.
Yeah, I love seeing Sean and Ryan Kempson going toe to toe. Those two both extremely fast, and they just push each other the entire race. They're not far from each other at any point.
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, Miles, I think that'll do it for us. So I believe we will see you folks at Savage Race in 2 weeks. And until next time.
Yeah, and I've had a great time commentating with you. Thank you to everyone. Hey, remember to support the OCR Report. Like and subscribe on this video. Leave comments. Check out our Patreon to help bring us to more races, get more coverage. Like this last race, we had a bunch of rabbits bringing us a video. Really appreciate that. Thank you again to you guys for helping us bring this content out there.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll see you soon.
Have a great night, guys.